We're going. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Slakistan episode. I don't even know what number this is, but we have a very, very, very exciting guest for you today. A really good friend of mine. You guys may know him from TikTok, Instagram, or the New York Times. I'm not even sure, but this guy is all over the place. Please make some noise for Vic Krishna. I don't know why we introduce you like you're about to do a comedy. Do your set.
Please add some sound effects for that. Hey, guys.
Crowd work. Do a little crowd work.
Hey, where are you from? Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the answer we're looking for.
No, not at all.
What's up, buddy?
Not much, Farooq. Yo, thank you for having me on.
Thank you for coming. Welcome to Slakistan, guys. This is our guest today, Vic Krishna. You may recognize him from things.
Yeah.
Most recently, Indian Succession.
Yeah, we did. I did a sketch about like what if Succession was Indian,
which was really popular, by the way.
It was. It did popular. The algorithm loved it.
The algorithm loved it.
And that's all that matters really at this point in life. It's just pleasing the algorithm.
Yeah, it's not about people. Fuck people.
No, it's not about art. It's not about anything, man.
It's just the algorithm. And you know what's crazy is the algorithm itself. It'll never be satisfied. It will never. You're never gonna make something good enough for the algorithm to continually promote it.
No.
Eventually, it'll all fall away. But I guess that's the game.
That's the game, man. We are the algorithm, more or less.
Are we?
Real talk. Yeah. I mean, it's fucking coders, right? It's just like code.
True.
Made by our people, Farooq.
I know, but our people are not setting us up for like success. You know what I mean? I was about to say succession. I was like, that's not what I'm. They are setting you up for succession, which you did. That kind of made sense. They're not setting us up for success. I feel like
that's true.
I feel like
so you got to dress for success soon. This is too early for S's, man. I can't talk.
This is our new podcast called ESL. I don't know if you guys.
Yo, but real talk though, when I was growing up,
did they make you take ESL?
They tried so hard.
Yo,
bro.
Why do they do that?
They looked at me and they're like, "Yo, this kid shouldn't be speaking English or can't." And if in that moment you speaking English as a kid named Vic Krishna, right, and you were transported to like 1700s England, they would stone you for being a witch. They're like, totally.
How did you learn that?
Yeah, how did you
taught you
what
this?
Is this witchcraft?
How do you not have an accent?
Yes. Yeah.
And then the thing is, knowing you'd get them like, "Yo, what's up?" And like, what? That's a witch.
Yo, what's up, bro? Like, yo, he's a shapeshifter, bro. They tried so hard.
They did, huh?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
They thought I was Mexican or something.
Were you in New York?
No, Maryland. I grew up in Maryland.
Oh, yeah. You're like the only Indian person there.
Yeah, I was like just the brown duckling, you know, like the brown ugly duckling.
So you were in ESL. They tried?
They tried, and like I passed that test like so good,
dude.
I aced it. And they kept trying to throw me like curveballs.
Like what?
Like I think the word was penguin.
And then what they were trying to, they had to define it? Or
you got to pronounce it. You got to read it and pronounce it.
That's not even that hard.
No, because when it tripped up some kids was like penguin.
Oh.
like dude, like you'd over enunciate.
Penguin.
Yeah.
Like penguin. Yeah. Like, oh no, that's a hard, we want a friendship me accent. Yeah.
Then they try with silent letters, like knife.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. That's the one that like I remember when they tried to put me in ESL and a kid did. An Asian kid, like this Chinese kid, he called it a knife, and they're like, you're out, bro. You're out. You're out of the country, actually. Yeah. You're not out of the school, you're out of the country. Like that poor kid, like, and you know what's crazy is he's probably great at everything else.
Yeah.
He's probably like really good at like science and math and like history, but he just didn't know English, and they're like, you're dumb, man. No. You're dumb. And here's the thing. I came here and there were motherfuckers fluent in English who couldn't write an essay in English, and that was so perplexing to me.
That is perplexing. Wait, knew English but you couldn't write an essay in English?
Yeah, like I remember there was a kid in my class, Vincenzo in Staten Island, right?
Yeah.
And I remember we had to write an essay about our favorite thing, and he wrote an essay about parks, but it wasn't an essay.
Yeah.
It started literally, the opening sentence was, "My name is Vincent and I like parks." I was like, I think you might be autistic, Vincent.
And now he does podcasts.
He does. He's also a cop. So
oh great. Yeah.
That worked out, huh?
Yeah.
So they made you take ESL?
ESL, I passed, but now look at me.
Now look at you. Advising people on how the COVID vaccine works.
Yeah, that too, man. Not a doctor. No
The thing is, when
no medical degree.
Wait, no medical degree?
No medical
you have a degree, though. Yeah,
I have a degree, yeah.
What do you do?
I have a... It's a computer science.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say it with my chest, bro. Computer science.
Fucking
bitch.
say with your chest.
Yeah.
With your, I don't even know what happened to your shirt.
So I thought this was high fashion. I got it from what every brown guy shops at Zara. We say it's Zara.
Zara. See, because it looks good on you.
Thanks, man.
But
I think
feel like what they're selling us is like shirts that didn't make it.
Totally.
Through the fucking printing process. I feel like there's a factory fire. Like, we could sell this.
I think a mouse got into one of like the racks, got into one of the boxes, and they're like, oh,
you know when you go to India and like the guy who makes like the roti and like the guy who makes like the bread at like the place where you go to get like the roti and everything, he has a shirt like that because it's hot. And
it's just like tattered.
Yeah. But you know what? It's streetwear over here. That's good.
It's cool, man.
How much did you pay for that shirt?
I think it was $29.99.
That's fine. That's okay.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. I've seen people wear like $100 shirts that are like that. And I'm like, that's insane. That's insane.
There's a level to this. Like, there's
that's what I'm saying. Like,
you're crossing the line.
$30 is fine. But $100 for something like that, and I'd be like, I think I deserve to get finessed in. I think if I was doing it. All right. Well, Vic, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, man. Thank you for Slakistan.
Appreciate you for doing this. So tell us about Indian Succession. Why Indian Succession? What made you be like, okay, this is going to be the hit? What made you transition from COVID vaccine guy? Because that was what I remember you getting like most.
Yeah, that one blew up. Here's the thing.
And Chick-fil-A. That
was a good one. Yeah, there's a few popping ones in like the greatest hits of VicTalk.
There's a few one in there. You want to go check them out. You should come out with like a Now That's Vic Krishna. You know how they're like a Now That's
that's volume 2.
Now That's Vic Krishna. Just like all the greatest hits.
Yeah. Why that? Because I mean, I'm a big Succession fan. Did you watch that show?
Okay, so I'm finishing it now after everybody. Like I am literally at the last episode.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of the last season?
Of the season. Yeah. Like of like the series finale.
What do you think is gonna happen? I feel like I'm from the future.
I think one of them is gonna die. I don't know which one. I think it's gonna be Kendall. I think Kendall's gonna die.
All right.
And I think Shiv might end up with it.
All right.
But from what they've been foreshadowing so far, I feel like none of the kids deserve it.
Sundar Pichai gets the company, is what happens. Google CEO Sundar Pichai takes over the company.
That would be great if in the end they just bring it like an Indian, like, yeah, we're just selling.
That's realistic, man. An Indian CEO is going to take over.
That would make sense. Yeah. That would make a lot more sense. And you know what? The company would do well after that.
It would.
What are they? And there's like the Norwegian guy or whatever. The
Skarsgård?
Yeah. I feel like he's not gonna like. I feel like he's just fucking with them.
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna buy the fucking thing. Why? Why would he buy them?
I don't know, man.
And I think it's like
white enough.
Isn't it like a metaphor for like Fox News, like they're what they own?
I think it was based on the Murdochs.
The Murdochs, right? That's what I felt like it was. And so when they're like he's like a conservative, whatever, like, you know, Christian, like he runs like a conservative news network, and I was like, yeah, it has to be Fox.
It's Fox, yeah.
But then why would a company that's like, let's say Twitter acquire Fox? Because that's what Gojo is essentially, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it like
why would they? I don't know. It's all about money, bro. Get more money, get more companies.
But how would that be more money though?
Assets,
I suppose.
I'm not a business major, man. Like I'm
just trying to figure out.
I just thought it'd be funny if you made them all Indian.
We're here to fix Waystar Royco. That's what we're doing.
Because it is weird. There's one Indian girl on that show,
right? And it's his ex-wife, right?
Actually, my friend has a part in it too.
Oh yeah,
but like he's in one episode. He did a great job, and so shout out. It's just weird because it's Kendall's daughter is actually Indian,
right? I saw that, and they don't give her a lot of screen time.
They don't, and it's kind of like
the autistic white son gets a lot more screen time. Like, what?
Yeah, what's going on there? And you don't even know how she became Indian. Like, is she like?
That's the thing. The genes are strong in her. It's like she has none of Kendall's genes whatsoever.
And I think I think the wife. I think she's like maybe Indian passing.
Rava,
but like they produced a South Indian baby though. It's weird.
I don't know. Rava might have gone back to the old country for a little bit of an Indian daughter. I think that I think that might be. Yo, you know, it'd be crazy if just like the daughter becomes a CEO. That's the Indian CEO they're bringing. It's the daughter. She's smart enough to do it. I think she could do it.
She could do it. She's great too. She's awesome.
Indian Succession was really good though. So what company do you guys own in Indian Succession?
We
Is it like a chai company? Like what is it?
We just own a Dunkin' Donuts.
That would be our Waystar Royco. That would be it. Yeah,
Dunko. Yeah, man.
I was gonna say, is it Kebab King? Because that would be the only thing. I can never forget about this commercial. Those are the lit commercials.
Kebab King had a commercial.
Kebab King, Kebab King. I can never forget those. Because you know what? If you ever look at an Indian restaurant, or especially like a Pakistani restaurant, the worse the PR and advertising is, the better the food's gonna be. Like if it looks like you know when you go to like an Indian restaurant, like they have like the interior decor is like it looks like a mosque or like a temple on the inside, but like a really old, not well kept one.
Yeah,
you know you're about to have some banging ass.
That's
food.
gonna be that's the real shit.
So Maryland to here, what a journey. Tell us about that.
So I grew up in Maryland. Was born there in Columbia, Maryland. And I was like there was only like 2 brown people in my like class.
That's great.
Year, I would say. It was me and this like
how many
brown
kids
girl.
are we talking?
We're talking about like 200 people, right?
200 is like your total class. That's not a big school. Okay, that's fine.
And I grew up there. And then
when did you realize you were Indian? At what grade you were like, oh, I think I might be Indian? Because if you're growing up in Maryland with a bunch of white kids, I would assume I'm white.
It's very obvious. I think a lot of people can relate. Like it's like when you had to bring your lunch home, or lunch not home, or your lunch to school.
Yeah,
like all right, everything's different, bro. Like
no, you bring it back home because you're not gonna open that shit. You know what's about to happen. You're gonna leave that shit sealed all day. And your mom's like, why are you not eating? Like, I don't think you understand.
Even my has your mom ever made you like egg sandwiches in the morning?
Dude, the egg paratha roll? You know what I'm talking about? Dude, that shit is lit.
But my eggs would have like chilies and like onions and flavor.
Flavor. Flavor. Yeah. That's good. When white kids would show me like their egg sandwich, I was like, this looks sad.
It's just sad. It's just like
they're like, it doesn't smell. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't smell because it doesn't taste good.
So the food was the biggest tell. And then
you made fun for it.
Yeah. I just didn't eat.
And look how great you turned out. Look at that. Hot Vic, everybody. Don't eat. That's how you become hot Vic.
Eat. Just, but I used to be fat. So I used to like, I guess, overeat at home and then show up. So I was
it's so hard to believe you were fat. I can't picture it.
Dude, I have the stretch marks to prove it, bro. I'm fat.
Show us. Get up and show us.
Shall I show you?
Go ahead.
I'm proud of my lines now, bro.
Wow. Okay, yeah, you're a survivor. Look at those scars.
This guy's like, I don't. Oh,
this shirt is an old shirt of Vic's. Actually, it was ripping.
Yeah,
and now
this is what I wore in elementary school. Now I finally grew into it,
or out of it, rather.
Yeah.
So that's how you found out you were Indian. Kids are like, I think your food smells funny, and you're like, Mom, are we Indian? And she was like, yes.
Yeah. And then my dad told me I was Indian too. That's also how I found out. And the ESL people like, you're Indian. You could say penguin and queen.
I was over here and they tried to put me in ESL, I remember. And they made me read this book called Hatchet. Do you guys remember Hatchet? Did you guys ever have to read Hatchet at all?
I don't think I've ever read like a book in full.
They made me read like a page of the book and just like it was like an audition almost.
Yeah.
And I had to like read the book, but like in my head I was like, do they want me to do well with the accent, or do they want me to like fail with an American accent? Like I wasn't sure which one was more
better.
Like,
yeah,
which is more American. You know, like which is more acceptable.
I think failing with an American accent.
So I went with failing with an American accent, and you know, I got it. I got the part. I got the part as American citizen number 1, and it worked out. But it was high school.
They try to wait. They try to make you read in high school, like. To test you in high school?
So when I first got here, back from like, Pakistan.
You were born there, right?
No, I was born here.
Oh, okay.
I was born here, and then at the age of 7, we moved back over there. And I don't know why to this day. I moved back over there, and I came back when I was 17. My parents were like, we wanted to be closer to like your culture. And I was like, I think we were broke. I think that's what was happening. I think they were like, we could stretch our dollar halfway across the world. And I'm like, well, whatever works economically.
Yeah.
And that's why I think we would end up there. But so I ended up there. So when I came back, and you have to remember, like school in India, which you went to school in India for a little while.
I did. That's such an interesting thing I did.
College, right?
College, yeah.
That's such a cool twist. Like were you happy?
M. Night Shyamalan, that baby, man.
You're like the story of Lion, but like
backwards.
Well, backwards, like more happy. You know?
Yeah.
You don't have to lose your original parents to like find yourself.
No, I chose to lose my parents.
Yeah, you chose to leave them behind. Like, yo, I gotta get away from these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
If I just pretend to fall asleep on this train, you know, maybe.
Yeah.
But I went back to school over there, and school there is more competitive. It's far more competitive.
It's part of the culture. Like being smart is like hot.
Yeah, being smart is cool. Like if you're dumb and like a nerd do well, like
dumbass.
Yeah, nobody wants to associate with you.
You know, that's genetic. You know.
Yeah,
I don't want to pass it on to my children, to dumbass genes.
Yeah, the dating app over there is like your transcript. Like that's what you put up first. I feel like in a dating app, like, yo,
it's just scores. It's just like SAT scores and who's gonna, you know, that's all.
That's a different caste system. Right there. A plus B does not equal A.
Yeah.
A plus
there's
A.
a spelling test. You know,
even A plus A equals C somehow. I don't know. It's the same as batteries for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I went to school there. I came back here. School was really competitive over there. But over here was, I don't know what the fuck school was. Like when I got there and I was like, what the fuck is earth science? Do you guys remember taking earth science?
Yeah. What is earth science? It's like,
I'm like, isn't all science with perspective to the earth? Because that's where we live. Like, wouldn't it be weird if we're doing like Mercury science? Like that would, like, why are we?
Yeah. Why are we hyper specific about this science?
Like, why is
planetary
it only
about it?
Why do I only know the gravitational fields force on like Mercury? Like, why? It's never going to be useful to me. So when we were doing earth science and they were like, I was like, this is just rocks. Like this is, you guys are just learning what different kind of rocks. I'm like, that isn't that for like,
this is rock science.
Yeah. And isn't that what you teach like kind of like slow kids? Like, because they would be interested in rocks. I feel like,
isn't that just drugs?
That's how these bitches end up with crystals, you know. That's how it happens.
Well, I snort those crystals.
You fuck with crystals?
No. I don't knock it because I just don't know enough about it. You know? Do you know a lot about crystals? If you had paid
attention in earth science, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't know.
Well, I went to India, okay,
and I studied real science.
I know only Earth India science.
Earth India science. Salt. Coal. That's all. These are the two rocks you need in life. But I came back here, and no school would take me. No school would take me.
We were trying to get drafted.
Like they would not take me, and you know why?
Yeah,
because they're like, you don't have any grades in gym or American history. I was like, oh yeah, the two subjects American. Yeah, there was a prerequisite. To have like some sort of credits in there. And they're like, hey, you don't have that, so you're not as qualified as American kids. And I'm like, American kids suck at American history and gym. What are you talking about? That's like their worst subject, if anything.
Totally.
If anything, that makes me more as an American kid. I would fit in seamlessly. But so they were like, we'll make you it. So like finally one school was like, well, it was like an international school.
Yeah.
So they're like, we'll cut you a deal. Yeah.
Go with the other non-Americans.
They were like, they made me like they just saw my transcript and saw that I'm from Pakistan.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can come in for a meeting.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay.
Interrogation meeting.
Yeah. I come in and like there's like a light swing in from the fucking table. It's like 2 metal chairs.
Yeah. Bring your own sack.
I'm like holding like a stack of papers, just shivering, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking. So they made me come in and meet with the principal, but the principal had never like, talked to me or nothing. So there's only one other Pakistani or like Indian girl at all like in the school. She's Pakistani, right? And
I think she was the same Indian girl that went to my school.
Possibly. They might be circulating like the one Indian girl.
She's doing 2 for 1.
Like, all right, I gotta wrap up with Vic, and then I gotta
she's my
Island.
Indian girl in my class, and she's your Pakistani girl in your
getting flown out to like different schools. She's the adjuster. That's what they call her. The adjuster. Bring in the adjuster. Crazy thing about this person, this girl has never met me. They assigned her to be my translator, just in case.
Okay. Just in case.
And the thing about this girl, she hated brown men.
But haven't they been talking to you like in English all this time? Like,
no, so they hadn't spoken to me. They had spoken to my mom, and they spoken to like the school board, but they never spoken to me. Yeah. So they were like a little confused, I guess. So they had this girl who's a student there on like standby in case she needs to translate, which I'm like, how complicated could this conversation be that you need to translate? Like, what are we about to do here? You know,
right.
Like you'd be like, you're a student. Here's the school. Go sit in class. How complicated could this be?
To make you feel comfortable,
right? So like this makes me feel a little uncomfortable if I'm being honest. I feel like you guys are trying to arrange my marriage.
It's like she's there. There's a Bollywood movie playing in the background. Do you feel at home, Farooq?
It's the wrong. It's like Indian flag in the background. It's the wrong flag.
Just in case they got it wrong.
Modi just like going like, and now. But so they bring me in, and the principal comes in and she goes like, is that the new student? Like to her receptionist, and she's like, yeah. And she comes over to me and she goes, hi, my name is Miss Horowitz. And I was like, my name is Farooq. Why are you talking like that?
Yeah.
I thought she
thought you were deaf.
She thought I was deaf and I could understand English. And then when I started speaking with an American accent, she was like blown away.
Yeah.
Started like apologizing. Like, I'm so sorry. Yeah. I didn't know that you guys speak English in Pakistan. I was like, why would we not?
Yeah.
Like, why? Everyone speaks English everywhere. You have to a little bit, right? And then they like still assign that girl to like follow me in case I have a relapse. I don't know. Like if I was gonna like, they're like, just stick with him for the rest of the day. He might.
You got earpiece. He's lying, man.
He might run out of English at some point. So you might have to jump in.
You just got like 100 words in your bank, and it's gonna run out soon, man.
I ran out of words. I'm so sorry. Yeah. But yeah, so and she hated brown men. Like that was, I mean, you know, growing up, brown girls, they do not like brown men.
No, man.
So she didn't vibe with brown men, and like, so she was like asking me questions that I didn't have the answer to. She was like, why do brown men hate brown women? I was like, I've been here for one day. Like, it's not even been a full day, man. I have no idea. I thought we loved them. And she was like, no, all you want to do is marry them and have babies with them. And I was like,
that's love?
Right. Like, that's normal, right? Like,
that's one form of love.
You're right. And she's like, we're more than baby making machines. And then the thing is, this girl had a hijab.
Yeah. Well,
but then she had a hijab. But then listen, at lunch, she was like, I was like, okay, where do we go get lunch and stuff? And like, she took me to like the cafeteria, and then she bought a bag of pork rinds and started eating them. And it was the most confusing experience of my life because like she has this hijab on, and then she's eating pork rinds. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? Am I being punked? I feel like I'm being punked right now.
And Ashton Kutcher Cubs jumps out.
Right, like this international school is very international, and that was my first experience, like a day in high school. And then at the end of the school day, I met her boyfriend, who was like this white.
Who's not brown.
He's not brown. It was a white dude named Sam.
Okay.
As basic as you could get.
Yeah.
And a tall, skinny guy with nothing besides he played bass. That was Sam.
I'm in. Sign me up.
Yeah. And that's when I met Sam, and I was like, in my head, I was like, I don't think this girl is. I think she's an agent. I think she might be like a plant. And that was my first experience, like my day of like. First day experience.
Sam is the agent. They're debriefing. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, and when I came back the next day, and I was like, none of this could like going through like Pakistani high school. Like everything was like, so tough and like so like school oriented that by the time I got into like American high school, I was like, no one gives a fuck about being smart over here.
No, it's actually works against you if you're too smart.
So how did you adjust into like Indian school? Did they tell you like you were dumb or anything?
No, I mean you do get like a little bit revered, like. They're all kind of surprised. They're all shocked. I mean, even the guy like checking the visa, like, dude, I didn't know we did these. I didn't know we assigned student visas. like I was like a special case.
You had to get a student visa to go there? No.
Yeah, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought India would be like free port for America. No,
not to study there. You can go to even to visit. You have to have a visa.
Wow, interesting.
But I remember like getting the visa. Everybody like, dude, I don't think we have the like. It was like the first day I've ever did, and they're all panicking like, we don't know how to process this. Like, we don't have the forms for this. Somebody like, where is the form for this? Like,
they're like dusting wherever you sit down. And just like,
oh, American wants to go to India to study. Like, oh, this one is.
Wow.
And then when I got there, it was a culture shock for sure. But you get kind of like, you get a little bit like.
No offense, but you're so like Americanized.
Yeah.
How did you like navigate fitting into like social life and like, because it's totally different there.
It's totally
the things
different.
They give a fuck about, the things they eat, their nightlife, everything is very different. It's almost a little like not backwards, but like it's like a time delay.
No, yeah.
Whatever's popular there was like popular like 10 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, how did you feel like you were back in time?
No, I mean the first month was like I made the biggest mistake of my life.
What would you do?
I was like, I need to go back to America. This is all a mistake. Get me out of here. But I mean, I tried to like learn the language more. Like prior, I was like reading those like learn Tamil in 30 days.
Oh,
I got those. I got all those books.
You're on the train with Tamil for Dummies.
yeah. How do you say roti? And
it just says roti.
Yeah. I was like, yes, I'm in. Got that one. So there was this, but I mean, I do have family there, so they kind of like, eased me into it.
Okay,
so
you weren't alone.
There.
Okay, all right.
But I did live on site
on campus,
campus. But yeah, they kind of taught me the ropes.
Okay,
a little bit, but it's still like temperature's different. I mean, the minute you land, the pollution hits you. The air is different.
yeah, definitely.
Like you feel India.
What city were you in? In
Coimbatore. So South, I'm from Tamil Nadu.
Right. So that's what's like the major city around there? It's like
Chennai.
Okay.
Chennai's probably your
right. But the college campus was off.
Yeah, so I wasn't in Chennai, so I was more in Coimbatore. It's a different city.
Wow. Okay. A small town.
We have an airport.
You said that like someone from the Midwest in America trying to like justify their town.
Let's shout out Coimbatore. We got an airport on Avinashi Road, man. Represent.
Avinashi Road represent.
Yeah. We're big on textiles.
Go ahead, sell them.
We got a rice mill.
Exciting! Wow.
Have you seen Lakshmi flour in the stores?
Yeah. Okay.
Coimbatore, baby.
Wow.
We grind it.
Big
up
stuff
there.
happening in Coimbatore. Yeah.
Big stuff.
I can't believe you left that all behind.
Yeah, I did, man. I miss it.
I
need to go back.
You thought you were leaving something big in America, but you left Coimbatore. You left Lakshmi flowers. I mean, that's big, dude. That's big. So when did acting and stuff come about then? Because you're so removed from all that so far.
I always wanted to be an actor, filmmaker, in the performing arts. So this whole thing about going to India came about because of that.
Oh, into why? How
it was like it's this master plan. It's still in the works. This master plan,
right? But how did you? I'm trying to understand the chess moves here.
Okay, so my parents are also Indian.
No.
Revelation. This is part when the podcast gets really real.
All the viewers are like, yo, pause. His parents are fucking Indian?
And they produced an Indian baby.
How do we make 1 billion people? I don't even know.
Yeah. So when I told them, hey, mom, dad, I want to be
an actor.
They're
like, you're going in. They deported your ass.
I self-deported.
And not only like they're like, we're gonna send you to Delhi, like you're going to fucking Coimbatore or whatever.
Coimbatore, yeah.
Coimbatore.
Did you say Coimbatore?
Yeah, like Coimbatore? No, Coimbatore.
Our climate is great
of climate change.
Yeah.
So they buried your ass in Coimbatore.
So I was like, mom, dad, like if and they wouldn't send me to film school or acting school in America because it's too expensive. It's expensive. I get it.
Like, I get why only rich kids do it, because I'm like, only you can afford the tuition.
Only you can afford to follow your dreams. Yeah. So I was like, send me. I self-deported. I was like, send me to India, because I was like, I don't want to go to America. University of America. I want to stay in. I don't want to stay in America and like pursue a degree where I'm not 100% passionate about. Like, I don't want to waste all that time. So and it's 4 years in America usually. And
is it 5 in India?
No, 3.
3, okay.
For BS, for
because they do 1 year extra in high school. They don't.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah,
and it's also very hyper focused. Like if you if you like comp sci, you're just doing comp sci. You're not worried about French,
like
or minor in theater.
No,
you're a major. There's no minors.
You're like tunnel vision comp sci. Then.
Comp sci, and it's intense.
It is.
So they get it done in 3 years.
You live, eat, breathe, sleep, fucking comp sci.
Just comp sci, USB cords, all that, man. And then, so I was like, okay. And then it's also cheaper. Like my entire stay, tuition, food, clothes.
I'm really waiting for you to be like, it costs like $5.
Yeah. was $9.99. This shirt is more than my entire.
I was just gonna say, if you can sell the shirt,
funny,
you can
this
afford...
was made in India. Okay, so
if you can sell this shirt, you can afford a semester of college in India easily. Not a problem.
Yeah, so it's only $9.99, and no, it was actually I think 15 to 20,000 for 3 years.
For 3 years.
Insane.
That's pretty good.
Insane. So I don't have.
And you're getting a quality education. It's not like you're
same computer, same.
Probably better if I'm being honest. Probably better.
Yeah, same keyboards. It's all the same.
Because like you said, your professor doesn't walk in and like, listen, you're killing it in comp sci, but you're not great at communication. It's like, I'm killing it in comp sci. What are you not getting? Communication is not a strong suit over here. Yeah. I talk to computers, not people. I can write code. I can't write, hey, I need more ketchup. There's no
Python is my love language, man. So I go there. So that was the sacrifice because and I was like, okay, I told myself 3 years, no student loans. I do this for them, but I do this for my dream. I'll sacrifice.
Gotcha. So this was like you had this. Your parents are not aware that you're doing this as like a stepping stone move.
Yeah.
They think this is
I want to make them happy.
Right.
Like I don't want to like.
Yeah, you did the good thing. You did the good.
Fuck off, mom, dad.
We can't do that. No, we can't.
I'm going to go follow my dream. I'm moving to New York City.
You did do the white kid thing though, where you're like, I can't wait to leave this town.
All right, it's partially white.
I'm going to India, which is again a white thing to do.
I'm going to go find myself. Eat, pray, love.
And then like a white person, you come back with a ripped shirt.
Listen to the Beatles. Oh yeah, I did get my ears pierced in India. That's when I
start going by Vic, you know?
I was Vic Nashier, but I was like, there, call me Vic.
Viggy. Who were you hanging out with on campus? Were you like
some Bangalore kids?
But no, was it like the comp sci? Of course, it's Bangalore. Yeah, it was a bunch of French dudes and me just hanging out
from Goa. No, I gotta say, like they were really all welcoming. There's a couple of assholes.
No, but like, what was your like? Wait, who was the asshole? You get bullied in India?
No, this is like there's like some people that do like give me like stank eye. Like this like
he thinks he's better than us.
Just like
you think you're better than me?
Crazy kid.
Crazy kid, yeah. Dude, I get that a lot in like Pakistan schools too, because like
this coconut over here.
Yeah, coconut, Angrezi, and what was the other one? Amriki. Yeah. All these words.
Peter. That was the thing.
Peter?
Peter. that's like a slur.
That's hilarious.
You go over there, they call you a Peter. Dude, that's a diss.
Wow.
Yeah. Yo, check out this Peter over here.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah. But sometimes like he would be like a legit Peter if he was like like a Christian Malu. But like
they named their kids Peter too.
Yeah. But like I was not. I was a Hindu. So
I love that the Indian Christians double down on the name. Like because they won't go like Peter Rajaswamy, right? They're not gonna go with that. They're gonna be like Peter Jackson Johnson. Like they'll make sure to get like 3 English and like the most basic. I think I knew one kid in my college. Like I went to Farooq, and his name was Sam Peter John, and we call him
Peter John.
Sam Peter John.
Oh, Sam Peter John. Okay.
Sam Peter was hyphenated.
Okay.
So we called him SPJ. Like we're like, because your name's fucking weird, dude. We're not calling you Sam Peter.
Yes. Got 2 first names. Pick one.
2 white first names. Like if like, we're not sure.
Yeah.
But we don't want to leave a doubt in anybody else's mind that this kid is not Indian.
He's Sam Peter.
He's Sam Peter. Yeah. And everyone thought like it was like an Indian name at first.
Yeah.
Like Sampita. Yeah, Sampita or something. And like, oh, is it like Sampita? It's like, no, it's Sam Peter. And then we saw her like driver's license.
Sampatar.
Yeah. And no, it's a Sam-Peter.
Yeah.
And then John. And I was like, why?
Yeah.
Like this sounds like it looks like a fake license. You know what I mean? Like if we went out to like get drink.
Yeah.
It's like Indian McLovin. We would like go out like so Farooq had this thing where like I don't know if you hung out around like Farooq College and stuff, maybe. Because it's right by New York Comedy Club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like right over there, right? So in the campus building is like right here.
Yeah.
And then you know how like there's like stores built into like the commercial real estate stuff and like, you know, the bottom of the buildings in Manhattan.
Like
there was a bar built into the college, like literally connected into the college campus building.
Yeah.
So like you would just get out of school, walk through like walk past this one entrance, and then next door is a bar, which like didn't really ID or anything.
Yeah.
But if they did, they would just look at it and be like, whatever, go, you know? And I remember one time, like it was like maybe the second month of college, like freshman year, and we were trying to get in, and we all got in, but then Sam Peter gets stopped because the guy like, dude,
you're not Sam Peter.
No, he's like, dude, that's not real. Like, that's not. He's like, this is a fake ID, dude. And he was like, no, I'm really Sam Peter. And then he had to pull out his college ID, and then to show him like a test, like a graded test.
He's got 2-factor authentication on this.
Yeah, he needed to show like a graded test from a teacher to be like, yo, that's my name, dude. This is not fake.
And also prove you're not a robot.
Click all pictures.
Or are the bicycles in this photo, huh? Sam Peter.
But yeah, I don't know how we ended up here, but yeah, going to school over there in Pakistan, like, so we had blue passports, so we would get like into schools because like, oh, you have an American passport, big fucking deal, you know. So we'd get like into good schools and stuff because of being American, you know. But
it's like a black Amex card, like gets you places.
Yeah,
qualified.
Put it on there. Put it on my tab, the U.S. government's tab, you know. Exactly. And like, sir, this is.
Clinton's got this.
Yeah, like this is a Bata shoe store. You can't really use that over here. But yeah, so these like, you know, we go to these schools and like elite schools, and they're like, yeah, American kids. They would like because they would conflate American with rich.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Same, yeah. They would think of like we're like whenever I visit India, like we're loaded.
Right.
But really, like you're like, I mean, you're surviving, you know. But
like, dude, my dad drives a Honda in America too. Like it's not different. It's the same fucking Honda. But so they would always be confused when they'd hear my American accent. Like the rich kids, they'd be like, "Hey, we know you have an American passport and American accent, but how come you're poor?" And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. They were handing out money with this shit. Like I would have took it, you know?
Yeah.
And they would like be very confused because like we lived in like a very lower middle class sort of like neighborhood and shit. Like all my friends were like from like a good part of like the city, you know, like they had like security guards and like chauffeur drivers, and like we take the bus home.
Yeah.
And like they would always be like questions about like the authenticity of our like citizenship.
Yeah.
People thought like we just like stole it or something because like you don't even have money. Are you really even American? I'm like, I need you to know that most Americans are poor as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they had no idea. It's like because they think you're just getting like, once you get a blue passport, they like hand you money out there and shit.
Right.
Which is not. I wish that was the case. But.
Yeah. No, it's perception, man. They see friends too much, you know, and they're like, oh man, they're all loaded with money.
Yeah, they're like, this Peter's poor. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
poor Peter.
He's got two white names. He's definitely rich.
But yeah, so the master plan was you go there, you get your computer science degree.
Yeah.
Which, have you used that ever?
In a way, yeah. I use computers still.
By that measure, my mom also has a computer science degree. But
dude, you're brown, you're born with, man.
Yeah. So then how did you?
So the plan was to like go there, get the degree, make mom and dad happy, find myself.
By the way, each earring is a trip to India to find himself. It's 4 trips.
Each piercing, right?
Man, I'm really hard to find. I don't know. Like
one more piercing, man. I think I need to lose myself to find myself.
You start getting nosy. It's like I'm not even into piercings at this point. This is homework.
I think I just need like a tattoo now. Like, and I think go there, get the degree, make everybody happy, come back, and then start pursuing.
Okay. And your parents didn't bother you after that?
Yeah, because now, like, what are they going to say? I got the degree. Now you can like tell your fam
to fuck off
that your son is educated.
Never fuck off. Like, I did what I had to do.
I did it for you. You know, I studied for you.
Nice. And so your first, you went into you didn't think you were going to be in comedy first. You went with acting.
No, I went into acting first. Well, first I went to Best Buy. That was my first job coming back.
We're all computer science.
And you know what? Fuck Best Buy. Because I came back with the comp sci degree. I didn't even know. Can we curse on this show?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, fuck yeah. All right. Fuck Best Buy. Because I came back with the comp sci degree and I said, hey, let me work the Geek Squad. And they're like, oh, we don't think you're ready for you. We don't think you're ready for that.
Read this page.
Yeah. It's back to the Esau. Say penguin.
Like, yo, what is this?
What is this? I'm back.
Yo, also, when you go to like forms and stuff and you fill out like Asian, how many times do they ask you to confirm that you're not Hispanic or Latino?
Yeah, you gotta like say you're not. Right?
You're not. Like, I'm definitely sure I'm not. Like, do they think that we're confused if...
Yeah, make sure, like, are we confused?
Yeah, like, are we confused about...
You're saying you're Asian.
Right. Not. But are you sure? Are you sure you're not Latino?
Sure not? One last check.
Right, yeah.
Are you sure you're not other?
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So they put me on the sales floor.
Well, yeah, you're personable, so I could see you doing well on the sales floor.
I guess so.
Was that the birth of Hot Vic?
No, that's a different story. That didn't come till I visited Pakistan.
Did you really visit Pakistan? I'm like, yo, how'd you get in? That's crazy.
I want to go, but I was like, can I go?
That's like your James Bond moment, right? Yeah. Because you could pass for Pakistani a little bit. Yeah,
can I?
Yeah, you could. You could pass for Pakistani. You could be like Balochi.
Okay.
Yeah, you could like go.
I want to go. I actually do want to visit. I have a lot of Pakistani
I want to go to
friends.
India, and I'm like, I don't know how to feel.
You could go. You could
American passport, yeah, but they're like, hey, what's this 10-year gap in your resume? I'm like, that's when I was in Pakistan, and they're like, yeah, you can't come in here. You can't, dude. Do you love Pakistan? I'm like, I don't hate it, you know.
Yeah. It's all right.
It's all right. But so you get into acting first?
I got into Best Buy
acting,
first.
Though?
Acting, I always wanted to act. I think starting like not always actually, but like I found myself around like late middle school, early high school.
Do you ever do theater or anything in school before that?
In high school, I did theater.
What'd you do?
I did some Shakespeare, Midnight Summer's Dream.
Oh,
I did a musical, Grease.
Of course, that's standard. You got to do that if you want to have a resume. If you want to have a career in this town, you got to do Grease in high school.
At least once,
which I didn't do, so my career is over.
We can go back.
Not with this hairline. No, they're like, I don't know about that. Why is there a staff member in the school play? I don't understand.
Yeah, he has unfinished dreams. Then I also like I did the morning news. I knew I wanted to like kind of be in front of the camera, so it's like the morning news.
Oh, you did the news?
Yeah.
Where?
So I would like, you know how they have like the morning announcements?
Yeah. Oh, for school. Okay.
For school,
I thought like you did like the morning news like in America. I was like, why are you here? You should have a career. What the fuck are you doing?
I got news for you, man.
That's a great segment. Yeah. I got news for you.
Yeah. No, I would just be like telling people like what's on the lunch menu later that day.
Oh, like school news. Okay.
School news, or like, and there's like there's a pep rally coming soon, so get ready.
As the only Indian kid in the school though, doing the news, that must have made you popular, or no?
Yeah, it did make me popular. Right. I was like, oh, he's the guy from the fucking.
Because then you stop being the Indian kid. You stop being the kid who does. You start being the kid who does the news.
Yeah,
that's a step up, right there.
Yeah,
right?
It's cred.
It is.
Yeah.
Did it help at all? Like with
with
like dating and stuff in high school at all? No.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, totally. Okay. Yeah, it got all the attention.
Nice.
And that's when I knew showbiz is the way to get.
I had a lot of curiosity in high school, like when I first started out, but there was never like any follow through. They would always like, "Hey, so are you single?" And I was like, "I'm in high school, so yeah, I'm definitely."
I think you should go back to high school now and do the morning announcements as well.
Right?
Why is this old? Why is this man?
But the next question would be like, "Are you sure you're not married?" I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" Like they thought I had like an arranged marriage situation already going on.
Yeah.
And then what would happen was they'd be like, "Oh, since you're not dating anyone, you should date the girl who was like my translator, Anam." And I'm like, are you guys trying to arrange our marriage right now? 'Cause that's what it feels like. And like, not only just like kids, like even teachers would be like, you guys should
sit together.
Like, that's racist. Like, that's not, I don't go around pairing white people together. I'm like, you're addicted to meth and you're addicted to meth. You should, you guys should get together. So good. Wow. Together, you're a full set of teeth. And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know?
You guys both know earth science.
Meth, a very important rock.
Yeah.
Very important rock. All right, so when did you like discover comedy then? Because it's such a weird. Well, usually it goes opposite. You know, people would go like comedy to acting.
True.
I guess.
But I was doing like I would try to incorporate comedy into the morning announcements. I would do also. I actually.
Were you riffing during a Midsummer Night's Dream? Start crowd working.
Yeah.
You ever fall in love? Anybody in love?
Starveling, huh? Yeah. Puck. Wait, that's what his name is. Puck. I don't give a puck.
The play's over. The play's over.
Yeah.
The play's over. You were better on the morning
Stick
news.
to Shakespeare's lines. I would try to I would actually make skits back then too, actually.
Oh, okay.
And they would let me like play it after the announcement. I would do like little funny little things.
Oh.
Like, I think one thing was like I was like pretending like I forgot I left the camera on, and then I have like a very vulnerable moment of me like dancing to like Gwen Stefani's "This shit is bananas." BANA.
Nice.
So stuff like that. So I was like clowning around a little bit, and the biggest clown was I would also pretend I had to have an Indian accent. So I was like Sacha Baron Cohening it up, like Borat.
Gotcha.
For one entire year, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. That's only like method.
How'd it feel?
It was art, bro. It was like performance art. And they believed it. Like back then, like I guess they weren't like knowledgeable.
Were you like with people and they'd be like, do the accent, do the accent?
No, here the lie I told them was I went to India for the summer, came back, and now I have an accent.
Like a disease, like it's in the water.
I can't shake it off.
It's in the water,
it's in me.
And they believe you?
And they believe you for a whole year.
White kids, God bless them.
Yeah, and teachers too.
White teachers, God bless them too. You know, white people in general, like it's so nice that someone could just tell you this is the way things are, and like you could just like accept it.
Yeah.
Like someone would just tell you, like, yeah, Indian people, they don't know how to spell, and you could say, like, yeah, of course. Why would that not be true?
Yeah, exactly.
The trust you can have on like just first, surface level statements. What a blessed life.
Stay blessed. So I did that, but I think that's when I not discovered, but like I think it was always a part of the comedy because it made people laugh, and you know this as comedy. It's such a great feeling to like.
Oh yeah, it's addictive.
Just to see
it's very, very
people.
The attention from it is so good.
The attention's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, and just seeing people have a good time. It feels good to give like laughter.
I
right?
knew I was in love with comedy when like I was like equating or putting comedy higher than sex. And I was like, I'll going to do a show for like 10 people and killing it is so much more important to me than like having mediocre sex with somebody I just met.
Yeah.
100%. It was like if before comedy I'd be like, sex, ultimate goal for everything.
Right.
And now I'm like, if I could get time tonight, I could cancel this date.
Yeah, I could just
I'm not even this invested.
Good, man. I'd be celibate. Yeah.
I'll start running jokes by her like on the date. I'm like, what do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think of this joke right here? And she's like, I don't know about
workshop.
this.
You just open micing it up. Just open dating it up.
We're in an open mic relationship. Is what we're in,
exactly.
So comedy came in later. It was stand up.
It was recently. Always in me. Like, and I would also host shows at school. Like, whenever I had like whatever.
Host, yeah, you got good host. I could see you like doing AGT or something.
Oh yeah.
You'd have very good behind the curtain reactions, like,
you see Farooq.
He's really doing it up over there.
He read that whole essay.
Hi, my name is Vincenzo.
Simon Cowell was like X,
and I like parks.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, wow, this guy is good.
He doesn't have an accent.
He's getting the silent letters. This is beautiful. Yeah. Which again, so deceptive. Silent letters. Like you speak Tamil, right? Or you understand Tamil? There's no silent letters.
No, I mean, most of those brown languages are phonetic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no silent letters though. Even in like, I'm thinking like Urdu. There's no like silent. Like, there's no word you ignore. Like, no, there's no like letter.
Every
like,
sound.
Yeah, I know he's there, but like, just don't pay attention. Don't pay attention to it. Like when I had to learn the difference between like not, and not.
Yeah.
And I was like, but why?
Yeah.
Like none of those. You could just have one not and just interchange it. Like why do we have to? Like the one that bothers me the most is not and NAUGHT not.
Not and not. What's with the British now? What does that even mean?
It's the same thing. Nothing.
Oh, really?
It means the same thing.
Is it a different spelling?
For not.
But it's
for
like a
nothing.
British spelling of it. Like it's a colonizer spelling of it. It's like they stole all the letters more. More letters. AUGHT.
That's how wasteful they are with like everything. Like you could just have silent letters. Like we don't need. Like look at French. French is such. Everyone's always like French is like the language of romance. Like French is the dumbest language I think I've ever heard. Because someone like on TikTok was like, there's a sentence called like a sentence of like the duck does like it's a whole sentence and every word is this and each is spelled differently.
It's called thong song.
Yeah, I'm like this is just a thong song. But that's what I mean, and it's like all Latin languages besides Spanish. I think Spanish is the only one that like it would make sense for it to have.
Yeah,
like it makes sense in this. What I mean by that is like it. You get why it is the way it is.
Yeah.
But with French or like even English or whatever. I'm like, but this makes zero sense.
Yeah.
Like lasagna. Try explaining the spelling of lasagna to my mom.
There's a G in it.
Why?
It's like Lil Wayne. Real G's sound like the G in lasagna.
Yeah, which is a brilliant line.
It's a great line.
Which, if that didn't exist, I don't think Lil Wayne could have that bar. But still, I'm sure he wouldn't need it if like language made sense.
True.
Like we blame our parents for like not learning English, but it's like it's not that easy to learn.
We blame them. Why don't you speak English?
Yeah, no, because it's like you've been in this country for years. Why'd you not learn English? And they're like, have you tried learning English from a...
It's hard. No, it is very hard. It's really, I think we just memorized everything.
That's what I'm saying. We're lucky, like, because we take it for granted, like, because we grew up in it.
Yeah.
But like, if you're coming from the outside and you don't speak a lick of it, it's very hard to explain.
No logic, man.
No, and then think about how many different... Like, imagine learning English as an immigrant, right? As like an immigrant person, first time learning English, and then you have a Jamaican coworker.
Right.
Everything you knew just went out the fucking window.
Why did I do that?
And the thing is, that person's speaking English. That is English.
It is English. It's like a different flavor to it.
Or just like a little regional shift, right? Like you're growing up like around New York and whatever.
That's true, yeah.
You go to the South and it's like, it's different, dude.
Yeah, we talk down like here.
Yeah. Is Maryland English a little like, is this slang? I feel like the slang is
there is like a Baltimore accent, which
it's horrible.
Yeah, it's really it's his own thing. It's hard to nail. Also, I don't really have it. I feel like a neutral or a little bit.
They did it in The Wire. The Wire, yeah. And The Wire, and sometimes I have to turn
The
on
Wire
subtitles.
put Baltimore on the map.
The Wire put Baltimore on the map and simultaneously also made Baltimore a more dangerous city somehow. I don't know how it did it. Like usually when you put a highlight on something, it like tends to solve the crime problem. But Baltimore just seemed to get worse. I don't know how.
And now criminals they had to live up to The Wire now. They can't even scale back. Oh man, we gotta live up to The Wire. They're expecting that, man. They gotta keep it crimey.
You got like murals of Idris Elba like as Stringer Bell.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that's what you gotta be.
No, he's British.
That was the craziest thing. I did not know that. I watched The Wire, then I learned Idris Elba is British, and I was like,
it's like that's not true.
They're so much better at playing us.
Yeah.
We're not good at playing British people. I mean, as an actor.
Because they grow up like studying like all these.
I just feel like it's easier to mimic an American accent.
Maybe there's some.
There's not that much nuance.
Physical thing happening.
It's easier on the mouth, I feel. You know, like how many types of British accents are there? Like there's a lot of them, and each one is like.
Can you do a British accent? Hello, how are you, Farooq? I am the queen.
Hello. It depends. I like doing the Irish one more. I think the Irish accent. It's a fucking great accent. It's fucking great. It's fucking free. It's fucking free speaking that way. It's all like
Sean Connery. He's like he's Scottish.
It's Scottish, yeah. It's Scottish, yeah.
I don't know enough about
I was watching Dairy Girls and I love their slang. Catch yourself on. Oh, she's a ride. Oh, she's a ride and a half. Yeah. The Wayans, they call them the wee ones.
The wee ones.
Children's, the Wayans, yeah. Like and crazy thing I learned, the reason why Jamaicans speak the way they speak is because they learn English from indentured Irish servants.
Oh, I thought it was the weed.
I mean, that good part. I think they probably introduced the Irish people to weed.
Yeah.
And that's when they were like, you don't have to fucking drink all the time, you alcoholic.
Yeah.
There's weed in the barn.
Yeah.
But imagine that's what the clover is.
This is weed.
It's just weed.
This whole time.
It's fucking lucky, I tell you.
Yeah. The leprechaun's a dealer.
He's a Jamaican dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how they learn English.
It's pot of gold.
That's what I'm saying.
Pot.
Which is a great business name, by the way. Pot of Gold.
There you go.
And a bar called Pot of Gold.
Yeah.
Where I would sell weed. I think that'd be too much. I think it would be chaos. Yeah. No one would keep the book straight. But so comedy, when did you start doing stand-up?
So comedy, okay. I was always a pussy to do comedy.
Oh, stand-up?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the right word. I couldn't find it.
You can curse on this show. You can call yourself a bitch. It's fine.
Yeah. It's scary. I gotta say, like, comedy is more than acting. I just feel is more vulnerable.
Yeah.
And usually, I mean, I know some comics have like a little shtick or a character element to it for sure, but I think it's still more you than I would say. When you're acting, I feel like I'm a character. It's not me. I have a cocoon. I'm a little shielded mentally also.
Right.
And it's not my word. Somebody else wrote it. Somebody else is directing it. It's more a collaborative effort to produce this performance.
Right.
Where I feel like stand up, you're writing it, you're performing it, you're self-directing, it's all you.
Yeah.
So it's really like if you win, it's your win. If you lose, it's your lose entirely.
It's a big, high risk, high reward.
Yeah. With acting, you're like, yeah, I didn't write it. I did my part.
It's not, you're here to do a bit part, basically. But like the payoff, I feel like, is better in stand up.
It is, yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like acting always opens more doors for you.
That is true. Maybe there's more like you can find more. You can find depth in comedy too, but you can find more like roller coaster emotions. Maybe like you take them through like a journey, but you can do that in stand up too, and like in a special too. So I can't.
But
it's different though.
Donning someone else's skin is feels inherently more cathartic than I would say stand up, because like you're saying, if you're doing a set on stage, right?
Yeah.
And if you're killing it, that's cathartic in a way, like, these are my words and they're doing great.
They're doing great. Yeah.
And then you're bombing, it's cathartic, and that's like, these are my words and they're not doing great.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you said, you got to own the win, but you got to walk away with that heavy loss.
Totally.
With acting, it's like, also it's no real time.
That's the thing,
you know.
There's no real time like feedback from the audience. Like acting, like you could do a performance and you could just tell yourself, I was great.
Has there been a moment though when you like acted in a scene and you're like, I don't think that was good, and like
you feel that.
You could tell from everybody else. So like,
no, but that's the thing. I think you can't tell, because I feel like with comedy, it's kind of like that one, not just one. There's a couple of reactions, but like there's a few. Like laughter is the main one you're going after, and that's your tell. Like that joke worked.
Yeah.
Acting is like, I mean, you're engaged. Everybody's quiet just out of politeness.
Collaborative thing too. Yeah.
It's also collaborative, and you don't know how much impact you're making really, because there are laughter moments, but it's more of a wide range of emotions.
Right. So I'm doing the other way, like a comedy to acting, right?
Yeah.
And like I'm getting into the acting world is a lot more, because it's collaborative. It's hard to tell by yourself if you're doing it well or not.
True. There's a lot of trust. You got to trust your circle.
Well, I have to be with somebody to be like, okay, I'm doing this scene, right? Let's say I have to rehearse a scene. I need at least one other person to be like, to have a back and forth, right?
Right, yeah.
With jokes, I can just go in front of my mirror and just be like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Like, just
totally,
just practice it out. And in my head, I know what's the end result is, what it's supposed to look like. But with acting, like, you're executing somebody else's vision, but you have to align it with your own sort of je ne sais quoi, right? Like,
totally,
you have to,
your essence has to be
right, because you can only play a character to a certain degree, but because then you kicks in somewhere.
Totally, yeah.
Right? Because everything is an extension of you when you're acting. So I feel like that part is very hard to nail down in acting, for me, especially right now, just like disconnecting from who I am and becoming whatever I'm playing. Like, say you're making content, same thing. The idea of like something in front of like a camera recording me just like changes.
No, yeah, you gotta get used to that. I mean, just like you gotta get used to like being on stage.
But I didn't. That's what I mean. Like, I just never
had that.
Never had that. Like, okay. I was always comfortable on stage.
Like
I'm just saying, like, it's such a different. And what I'm saying is, I guess there's people around you in stand up too, and those people are not with you from the beginning.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to win an audience.
Totally. Yeah.
But it's ironic in the sense that there are people with you when you're acting, like on set or whatever, and they are rooting for you, but you feel that much more vulnerable and uncomfortable.
Totally, yeah, because you have all those eyes, like, and we're like,
but they're supportive eyes. I just don't get where that uncomfortability comes from.
Yeah. But it's more like you want to get it right. Also, you want to make sure you're doing good. And you can't tell really, because you need to trust the observer. So you're always like, was it good? Did that work? Like,
it's so hard for me to tell. That's why, like, making content, I'm like, I can't tell if this is good unless another person's involved. Like, like solo like content, like people can just like make just like, hold the phone up and like say a joke, like, and just like it's good. I'm like, how did you do that? I'm like amazed by that. I'm like, how did you do that? How did you know like exact amount of words and everything? Because like, unless there's like an audience, I can't, because I can look into their eyes and be like, oh, these words are working. But when it's like just a camera, just like a dead piece of glass staring back at
everything,
you,
like it sees through
it's just
you.
me. I'm looking at me. And I'm like, I'm not a very reassuring face now that I'm looking at it. Like if I was in danger and I saw my face, I'm like, we're all gonna die.
It's over, man.
It's over.
I'm gonna write my will right now.
So now that you're in acting, and you're in a good time.
The strike?
Well,
The worst time ever.
I meant as an Indian actor. Like now there's more roles for Indian guys.
It is on it's on the upswing for sure. 100%. We're doing much better.
Because when you started out, was there like a struggle with that? Like you're like,
I mean, it was very stereotypical.
Could you do it more Indian?
Yeah, no, legit, dude. My role, like,
what was the worst one where you're like, this makes no sense? So I have to do it Indian. I
literally got a email after an audition. The role was titled Indian Man. Like they didn't even name this motherfucker. Like, not even Sam Peter. They picks one of those names. And then like I did the audition. It required an accent. And I mean, it's a tricky topic. It's like doing the accent like in these stereotypical roles. And it was just like a convenience store owner.
Okay.
And like, yeah, it's true. Some of them have accents. Like, and I get it. Like you want to be true to that. But you also don't want to mock it. Right. There's like a balance to it.
Right.
And I did the audition, and then the email came back, hey, we loved your audition, but just one note. And it's like literally word for word. Can you make it a little more Indian? Like, you know how they are, a little bit more physical.
You know how they are?
Yeah.
Oh, let the fuck get out of here.
Literally in, like, I'm not even making it up, in print.
This is your curry gate.
Yeah.
Like, you know what happened with Aziz Ansari, right?
Yeah.
And
I was shocked. And this is like literally like a few months ago.
Oh wow!
So there is progress, but I guess it hasn't
not
propagated.
Not really all that much, huh?
Not all that much. But
what was the role? It was like for a TV show or like what?
Yeah, it was like some TV show pilot or something like that.
Which is again really weird that you're casting like Indian dudes as just like deli guys now, because that's not outdated. Like you said, it's outdated.
So it's a little. We've
moved on to Dunkin' Donuts, and that would be would be the accurate casting.
Even that.
Or you know what gets me? And no one is paying attention to this. Most traffic cops that write you tickets are just little Indian uncles.
That's true. There are a lot of Indians there.
Why don't we get cast as like little annoying Indian uncle that are writing you a ticket?
Brown boys in blue. Yeah.
Right. Brown boys.
Yeah.
That's good. That would be a great miniseries.
Yeah, that's it. The brown boys in blue.
Just a bunch of brown boys losing fights to like dudes whose car's about to get repossessed.
The thick brown line. Yeah. Like
like a big brown. This just looks like a shit stain.
Yeah,
and
the thin blue line.
The American flag. The thin brown line.
Or the thick brown line.
Oh no, it's the thin brown line. Because they're all like little uncles.
Oh yeah.
There's always like little like Tamil, like Sri Lanka, like little uncles, and like they look like they don't even care that they're writing you a ticket. Like if you have one time this guy was writing me a ticket and I was like, please don't write me a ticket. He looked at me and just like he didn't speak English.
He's just writing tickets.
He just kept writing the fucking ticket. And in that moment I was like, I get it.
Yeah,
I get why they portray us the way they do. Because at that moment, I started hating all Indian men. I was like, you know what? Fuck these people.
Yeah.
They deserve what they're getting. And then I got the ticket.
Fuck myself. Yeah.
And I got the ticket and it said like, he like wrote it down like so like it was like a thing that I could like kind of basically fight.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank you, uncle.
See you later tonight.
Yeah.
But it's getting better. But I think that's what I think we just need to like broaden our range of what we portray. But it is like it's going to be a slow and steady journey,
I think they're trying to change it. Like in the Spider-Man, when they made like his bully Flash Thompson, they made him the Indian kid.
No, in the Spider-Verse thing, or no? You mean in the
Tom Holland movies? Yeah. It's that the kid who's in always the Wes Anderson movies.
Yeah. That guy,
forget his name.
True. That's good. Now we can be bullies too. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like because it made sense that in a school that's like nerdy and like about science, the Indian kid would be the bully,
right?
Because he'd be like the smartest kid, and it has to be like an Asian kid, right? It has to be like a Korean kid, a Chinese kid, a Japanese kid, or like an Indian Pakistani or like Bengali kid,
everything
right?
Past the prime meridian.
Right. Anywhere in that area, right? That would make sense for it to be that kid to be the bully. But I mean, I would like more bully roles. I like to play a bully.
Yeah.
He's not Indian.
What is he?
He's Guatemala.
And I knew that. I was just testing you, Farooq.
What is he?
I did not know that.
He's from Guatemala? Still a brown kid. It counts.
Yeah.
I thought he was an Indian kid. Oh,
Brown
for him.
Brown is interesting. I feel like we've colonized the word.
We should.
Like, I feel like Indians, like specifically, have like are trying to own that word.
I think
wrongfully. I feel like
we're in contention with like Arabs still. I think like the Middle Eastern sort of like
brown is like it's crazy. Like I mean, like Guatemalans are brown. Mexicans are brown.
I think we're
like
sheer
brown
numbers.
Means South Asian.
Sheer numbers. Just we're overwhelming with numbers.
But we're no different from like like
it's not. I just think that we're like
not wrongfully, but like we're like trying to own that word.
We are actively trying to own it, like, you know, because Desi's not catching on. Desi's not gonna catch on, and Desi kind of like arches over like the little subsect of like cultures, because like we're both Desi, and let's say even if we're both Indian, we're not the same type of Indian at all.
No,
like there's so much difference between North and South India.
Yeah,
such a huge difference that people don't even know.
Right.
So I feel like brown,
but a lot of shades of brown too.
That's what I'm saying. You know, it's. I think brown. Is an overarching term that is fine, but I think that's gonna get outdated. Because now it's becoming like diaspora kids. Like diaspora is becoming a popular.
That's what they're calling us, diet kids.
Yeah, diaspora kids.
Ooh, I don't like that either.
Specifically now they're like Southeast Asian. Like at first we were South Asian, but now we're Southeast Asian. Yeah. It's like becoming more and more like. I think we're gonna start going with longitude and latitude at some point. Yeah. Like we're like. We're like this place on the map.
Yeah, this is coordinate. He's 35.5777 and 65.
Yeah, that's how I think we're gonna have to go by. But I would like more roles for us. I think what we need more like hot versions of us, because that's the only that's gonna catch on.
Yeah.
Like we're not. I don't think we're like. Don't make us like a deli guy or whatever.
Yeah.
But just make it a hot deli guy.
That's true. Yeah.
You know,
there could be hot deli guys, yeah.
But because
my deli guy is very fuckable.
Really? Like the character you play as a deli guy, or your deli guy specifically?
My deli guy specifically.
All right, we're learning things, you know. We're learning why Vic was sent to India.
I'm saying it exists.
Vic's parents found out that he wants to be an actor, and they're like, "Yeah, I think maybe." Yeah. Mom and Dad, I'm an actor. Like, no, you are out of here.
Piercings, yes. No, I'm kidding. I don't go to the deli. But yeah, I could be a hot deli guy. You could be a hot deli guy.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we need more hot versions of us. I think either that or I don't care if we like they already tried the superhero route. I think we need more like villain roles, because like those are more memorable.
No, most of them are villain.
No, but like not a cool villain. It's like they don't get a lot of lines and shit, and like it's always like they don't speak English. I'm saying like a cool Bond villain.
Oh,
like that'd be sick. Like imagine like Dave Patel is like a Bond villain.
Okay,
that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be something. Or like Riz Ahmed wasn't like
the Slumdog. Riz Ahmed, he was a Spider-Man villain
in Venom, right?
Yeah,
I didn't see that. Was it good? Was he good as a villain? He was okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen that one, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
More of those, more significant villain roles, I think would make. I saw him in Rogue One, but he's not a villain in that. He's more of a protagonist, I think. I'm trying to think. Are there any?
Yeah, he's a protagonist in Rogue One. Yeah, he was. He's flying a plane. That was progressive.
Wait, he is a space terrorist. You're right. Hold on. He's a space terrorist. Oh, man. Riz, I thought we were making progress.
He was a rogue.
A terrorist in 4 Lions.
I mean,
that's the name of the episode. Is Riz Ahmed woke? And just like question mark.
He's a galactic terrorist.
I think we need more villain roles. I think that would be.
That don't fly planes.
That don't fly planes, yes. Like more
trains,
like, you know,
it's other vehicles.
Yeah. Or you know, maybe just like an ego-conscious villain. How about
ego-conscious?
Like, yeah, just like he walks everywhere, you know what I
mean? He's counting steps. He's just a pedestrian.
Meet me at 6 o'clock at the pier. Make it 7, actually. It might take me a minute to get there.
Yeah. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know maybe going hot is the route. Like,
because we've tried funny.
Funny kind of works against you.
It desexualizes you more, I think, you know?
Yeah, because you're the punchline or you're the butt of the joke.
Because they don't do it properly,
right?
It's not. We're never portrayed as like the desirable person. It's more like, well, she wants this guy, but she's stuck with the nerdy Indian guy. Yeah, if only a white man would come save her, Mindy Kaling. Anyways.
Yeah.
It's they all have it. Like even Aziz has the.
Okay, I'm making okay. He can I open for you, Aziz? sorry. I take it all back. I mean,
Listen, first of all, if Aziz is watching this, my podcast is doing a lot better than I expected.
Yeah, I actually saw him in passing. He was at the Cellar this last week for like Chappelle's like show.
Oh yeah.
So he's here in town. To defend, like, just to like, I guess play.
Yeah, that's a good sentence to start. To defend Aziz Ansari. Go ahead.
Aziz Ansari and Mindy. Can I be in your show, Mindy Kelly? I could be like your brother or cousin or something, and we're both South Indian. And we're like both the same kind of complexion. And
it's not gonna happen.
Look great, by the
It's
way.
not gonna happen. Have you ever seen an Aziz Ansari eat anything and there's another Indian person on screen? It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, well, I could be the deli guy or something in the show.
No, you're not, because guess who's playing it? Aziz. Yeah. Aziz is gonna play the well-read deli guy that just aspires to be more than a deli guy.
Yeah.
But you know what happens? He falls in love with a white girl. That's what happens. And she changes his perspective on everything. There's no shame in being a deli guy.
Yeah. This is
especially if you have a white wife. You know, that's
true. I mean, both of them kind of like, to your point, they do the white savior or like the white love interest. But maybe it's specific to them. Maybe that's what they like.
No, I think it's because it sells.
That too.
In America, if you want things to be, if your product needs to be successful.
But she married a Italian, Danish.
Yep.
Off-white.
That's white. That's white. That's white adjacent at the
white
very
adjacent. There you go.
White adjacent at the very.
So she
but that's what I mean. Like,
and Mindy with BJ Novak, you know.
Is she with BJ Novak? No one even knows. Even BJ Novak doesn't know if she's with Mindy Kaling or not. Don't they have like a whole ass kid together? And he's still like, babe, I'm not sure what this is.
But I respect the privacy.
Privacy, or is BJ Novak the best finesser of all time?
That's true. Yeah, he's good.
BJ Novak's doing what like Drake wants to do. You know what I mean? Like, he's just finessing fine ass women with just like mad money out there.
Got that office money.
Yeah.
But I think other people that are doing great, Rami, Mo Amer, like
Rami's gotten the same accusation though.
Really?
Like, it's like, yeah, it's not that the white savior thing, but it's like it's putting brown women down.
So what do we do? This is what we got to do.
I think there's a way to do it. I just don't think anyone's done it because again, it doesn't sell.
That's the problem. Then we'll be playing on BET, I guess. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I'm just saying. It's a great thing. I watched 106 in Park.
No, that's fine. It's just such a weird
Rhapsody.
It would feel so out of place for an all Indian cast to be on BET, because you know even black
Brown
people are gonna
entertainment.
Be
the B stands for brown and black.
No, it does not.
No, it stands for black,
not.
but it can.
Black,
like,
and that's exactly
they
what
could give
I
us
mean.
an hour. They could give us like an hour of television.
No,
that's brown.
They're gonna give us 1 hour one time. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Put back on Martin or whatever the fuck was on this slot.
Let's go back to Martin.
Yeah, like I don't want to watch.
My dad loved Martin.
My dad loved In Living Color. And like,
dude.
You didn't even understand half the jokes. Like, Jim Caddy is very funny. I'm like, but you have no idea what he's saying right now.
But no, here's the only thing I'd say. Like, yeah, we'd have to do that. My only problem with I don't want a representation by segregation.
Meaning,
like, we gotta not just have a brown show, all brown show. We need some integration.
So
when it's all brown show, like then even I don't want to watch it.
But I think that's the problem.
I'm surprised you guys haven't talked about Spider-Man yet. Of all things, like one of the most popular animated movies that have been ever made. There's
Indian Spider-Man.
Indian Spider-Man, yeah. No, yeah. He does like a chai tea joke and all that.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Is if there is, it's stuck on that conversation, which is what like let's check the box for Indian representation.
Yeah.
It's either very surface level, something like that, which is why I didn't bring it up.
Small, but
it's cool. It's cool.
It's going down the quirky thing now.
Yeah.
It's like if you ask Zoe.
It's cooler though. Like he has cool hair.
It looked cool.
Great character.
Aesthetically great. It looked cool, but it felt like if like you asked like Zoe Deschanel to write like an Indian character.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
I think Hussain wrote that actually.
Okay, my
Hussain,
point.
Can
my
I also
point
open
still
for you? Yeah. I think he wrote like he was like consulted.
That's what I mean. Like even Miss Marvel. Again, I'm very happy with these things that they're happening.
Yeah.
But I wish that they didn't have to be so surface level to engage the other audiences.
Yeah, but I think that's the stage we're at though. I think it has to like it does grow from that.
I know, but I don't think anyone's trying to grow from that right now because it's profitable.
True. Yeah.
You know, like okay, I think that if we could make this a game, we can count how many chai tea jokes are in every show every time there's an Indian on screen. Yeah. And I can guarantee you'll get at least a couple out of New Girl.
Yeah.
Right? There's probably some in Mindy Kaling show. There's probably a whole episode about it.
Yeah.
You know, Aziz, whatever his show is going on, if he's doing a show. That Never Have I Ever. All of these shows, like I don't mind the representation, but if it's the same representation every time,
right? Is
that really representation, or is that just checking the box?
I think it's checking
the deep breath. Like,
this is getting real.
Hey man, I make TikToks, man. Why are you asking me this shit?
I made a Chinese TikTok too.
But again, I get why everyone does it for engagement, but it has to go beyond that,
because
right?
It's something now like other people know about it. Like non-brown people have like heard about it enough too now. In a weird way, like it's kind of like, and we all are like on the same page about it,
right?
We get it. It's an easy joke,
yeah,
and it still works.
Do you think we need to shelf it
because
at this
they love it? The audience still loves it though, in a weird way still. Like you'll see the comments.
Sometimes audiences are dumb. I'm gonna say it. Sometimes audiences are dumb. They don't know what they should be liking.
True. Sometimes the artist has to
like. We should move beyond this.
Yeah, move
because it's like okay. It's the Dave Chappelle thing where he was like, I was tired of making fun of my own people.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think we're at that cusp now where it's like, okay, I think we've exhausted these jokes.
This phase is done.
Now, can we talk about like how, you know, other things are affecting, or not even just affecting, like, can we make other jokes?
Marvel cinema, this phase of Marvel cinema, the ICU, the Indian cinema universe, this is done.
The Malu cinematic universe.
Yeah. The BCU, the Brown cinematic universe.
The Malu cinematic universe is crazy though. Like some Malu movies like that I've seen that are like,
it's like with like flying action stuff.
Dude, the action is crazy. Dude,
yeah. Most South Indian movies like Telugu, I love it though.
Dude, it's so entertaining. Like, it's like watching a B movie, but it's not made with the intention of being a B movie. Like, this is fine art.
It's good. I love it. I love it.
I love it.
So much fun.
And I think I saw one where like this guy, he's a police officer.
Yeah.
And he has like, you know, the badges on like the uniform.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's guys shooting at him, and he just dodges the bullet. With the fucking
it defies
but
physics.
Not just dodges. He reflects the bullets back onto the bad guys. And I'm like, yo, Hollywood could never. Dude. Hollywood could never. And the thing is, people watch this and like, fuck yeah, that's a hero right there.
He should be the Avengers, man. He could take down Thanos by himself.
Like, who would you think would win in a fight? Captain America or Krish? Who do you think would win?
Rajinikanth will win. Okay. But we're getting there.
There is an Indian Avengers, by the way.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Shah Rukh Khan played a superhero.
Raw one, right?
Yeah, Raw one. Dawn, and then there's Krish.
Krish.
And then there's another one.
Jadu.
Jadu's the alien. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was the hero.
He made Hrithik Roshan a superhero.
Yeah. Touching fingers, or fingering that alien, right?
Which the funny thing is, like in E.T., like the kid becomes friends, and the extraterrestrial teaches him like about like connection and humanity. But in Jadu, he just makes Hrithik Roshan less retarded. Like, that's all. You remember
he cures
the movie?
autism.
He cures his autism, and that's how the basis of their friendship is. Jadu, you fix me.
Magic.
So if your kids have autism, just invite an extraterrestrial.
Just finger an alien.
Everything will be figured out. No, they have. I think it should be more like, we need more prominent roles, but more prominent conversations.
Yeah, I still think like it can't be all brown. We have to like intermingle with.
But I want it to be so like when we get to that point where it doesn't feel all brown, even if it is. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, true. I think the best example of that, I don't know if you've seen the show, is Beef.
Yes. Beef is a great example. It's all Asian, right? It's
all Asian, but the representation done fucking A+.
Because they're not just Asian characters; they're characters that happen to be Asian.
Yes,
so that's what I'm saying.
We've been saying that phrase like just happened to be South Asian, happened to be Asian, but they nailed it. Like they got what that meant. They understood the assignment.
Like there's more depth. Like
Asian.
But there's also not all Asians. I think that Santina's in it.
I mean, you'll have a
bit part. You have
a bit part.
Your main characters
are. Rami's mostly.
That's what we want, though.
Rami's mostly Middle Eastern, but you'll catch like a white guy or a black guy or an Indian guy in there, you know?
Yeah.
You'll see Zubi in there, or like Danish.
Oh, yeah.
And they're both Delhi people, but we'll talk about that later, Rami.
They're both hot Delhi people.
Hot Delhi people. And if you need someone to open
Zubi,
up for
Danish,
you, Rami. He's not Muslim. Don't get him to open up for you. It's not.
Also, Zubi and Danish, can I open for you?
Anyone who's played anything in anything.
Let me open for you.
Open for you.
Hey, Farooq, can I open for you?
I was gonna ask you. You got more followers. Can I open for you? Sure, man. Sure.
Thanks, man. Yo, today's a win. You know,
that's what we do here, Slakistan. We help these artists that are finding it hard to be discovered. Put them in a spotlight of like 20 people, and just let the algorithm do its thing.
I feel like.
It'd be great if I put this out with you and you start losing followers. Like, no, not this. I would like
that'd be liberating.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Beef is a great example.
Yes, Beef because the plot is so interesting.
My pitch is this.
Yeah,
like a Friends type of situation, but I think to show the diversity in our diversity, like say like the diversity within Indian culture or Pakistani culture or even just brownness, something like a Friends or How I Met Your Mother would be a good intro because you can show different types of Indian or brown or like one person could be Bengali but they're Hindu and one person could be like Muslim but Indian. One person could be like Sikh but Pakistani or just show the variety within the variety. I think that would be a good place to start because it establishes a very fluid idea of our identity.
Right.
Rather than like the Pakistani people are this way and Indians are this way and Bengalis are this way.
Yeah.
Or even like brown people are this way.
Yeah.
And it also, I think it makes for like, it veers away from the chai tea superficial conversation. More like, how do we interact with each other? We get how Western society sees us and interacts with us. That's all been done and dusted. How do we interact with each other? Yeah. I think that's what will humanize us.
That's true. That is interesting. Yeah.
Because like, just like a Bengali Pakistani relationship.
Right.
Like two people dating. That's toxic. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Like one's.
That's not gonna work, guys.
It doesn't ever because down the line somebody's parent or grandparent or uncle was a freedom fighter and then then I start to feel like a colonizer. I'm like maybe I should stick to my own people. That happened to me twice.
They should find a white girl.
Yeah, dude. At this point, I think I'm just gonna go for an arranged marriage. It's done.
Arranged marriage? Yeah, I did. I'm at that point too. I'm considering it.
Do you like as a creator, as a hot creator? Do you find it hard to date?
Yeah, because I feel like I do want to go like fully in, making time.
Whoa, hey, let's not
in her.
Is that how you open it? I want to go fully in. She's like, yeah, I think
I don't want. Yeah, this game really aggressive. I'm gonna go fully in, pound it, multiple times.
She's already walking away as you're describing it.
Yeah,
multiple times she's walking away.
Yeah.
This shirt didn't have holes in it actually. Someone threw an acidic drink on Vic because he was on a first date. I want to go fully in.
Yeah.
I only asked because in my recent experiences, especially with, I was open to everybody before dating wise, but now as I'm getting older, I do like being within my culture. Not necessarily like doesn't have to be like Pakistani, but like someone who gets my culture. It could even be a Middle Eastern person or whatever, but like similarities in culture matter to me.
Right.
Because it's hard to bridge that gap with like people who don't have that background.
There's a lot of education.
What do you mean?
Like like if they don't know the culture.
Oh yeah, dude. It feels like orientation every day.
Yeah, I mean that's why when I was looking for a therapist, I was like, it can't be like non.
Yeah.
I feel like then I'll be giving you value by like
the last therapist I had was
teach you everything about like my culture and upbringing.
You skip that conversation.
Yeah, you skip it.
But so I feel like also generational, right? Like it matters. Like if I get an older brown person, it's going to be uncomfortable.
That's true.
But if I need someone who like is in the same age range as me, but that has its pitfall too. Because like
I'm just gonna like fall in love.
No, it's worse because I'm starting to judge.
My head went somewhere else.
All right, we get why the first dates are going the way they're going now. All right, you're my therapist, but I want to go in. I want to go fully in. It's like, I think we should see different people.
Yeah, different
professionally and romantically. And you're like, no, but I want to go in.
I still have time. Hold on, we're not done yet.
Is this gonna come off of my copay or like how do we? Can we split the copay for the date?
But you were saying, if it was the same,
it's the same age. I find it hard to trust their wisdom because I'm like, you're the same age as me. What the fuck do you know? Because like, okay, last therapist I had was I think she was like 28.
Okay.
And she was.
It's a very good age.
Yeah, she's like Turkish or something.
Professional.
She's younger than me already. I don't trust her word. And then in one therapy session, we were just like talking freely, and she said the phrase, "Yeah, I saw this one meme that actually explained this really well." And I was like, immediately, "You can't be my therapist."
Therapy by memes.
Therapy by memes. I could do that for myself. Like the moment the phrase she
meme
said,
therapy. I've never heard of this.
There's this one meme, and I was like, yeah, there's this one meme which says, I shouldn't have a therapist that sends me memes.
Yeah.
That just doesn't seem healthy. Suicide be like, ah.
Yeah. You're just texting the suicide hotline. You can't even call them anymore because they won't pick up.
I like texting her, hey, you're feeling really isolated today. That's so real.
Yeah. Lol. LOL.
Keep it real, King.
You're like, I'm dead.
Stay up, King. And just, which I think you had something about that too. You did like a little skit about that.
Gen Z was there, yeah.
She's like a millennial, I guess. 28 would be millennial?
No, that'd be like, on the cusp.
On the cusp, right? Yeah. So I was like, she's still in the same ballpark as me, like 4-year difference. But then I realized like how much like that even makes a difference, like 4 years in like levels of maturity as far as like therapists go.
Right.
It's such a huge difference from 28 to 32. Because your life has changed from 28 to 32. Like I think back on who I was at 28 and who I am at 32. And I was like, 32-year-old me, if you met 28-year-old me, would be like, wow, this guy's so pathetic.
I mean, you grew up with a different Spider-Man.
That's so true.
Yeah.
How many? I think I've participated in as many Spider-Man changes as I have in presidents, right? At this point. Like,
just a lot, yeah.
And I think I was more invested in who Spider-Man became. Yeah,
that's the question. Like, who was president when you were growing up? No, who was your Spider-Man?
Who was Spider-Man when you were growing up? And that makes a difference.
It does.
That makes a difference. Who was Spider-Man when you were growing up? It was Tobey Maguire for us, right?
Tobey Maguire. Yeah.
Okay, we're the same age, right? 30. Yeah. We won't say it out loud, but yeah.
Because I'm an actor. We have ranges. I play.
What's the oldest you played?
I think like 40s.
Okay, but with makeup.
Yes.
Yeah. Damn, Vic, not looking so good these days.
With a wig. With
a wig, yeah. But like no makeup, what do you think you could pull off? I think you could pull off.
Like oldest or youngest?
Let's say youngest.
Yeah, that's a nicer question.
Yeah, let's say youngest. Because right now you're like, how old do I look? But like, how young do I look?
It's weird with the beard is a weird variable in this.
Same.
And it's subjective. Some people say you look younger with a beard sometimes, and some people say you look
older.
Older with a some beard. People, I don't know. I've gotten varying answers about that one. Because as you get older and you're clean shaven, more of your skin quality shows. So if you have poor skin.
It's very close to penguin. That's all I'm gonna say. It's very close to penguin.
I think I should have been an ESL. Actually, after this podcast, I'm like, actually, they were right.
Take out a page. Rip out a page of a book.
They were right. They were right. I'm getting my D's and my T's messed up. Dude, India messed me up, man.
Yeah, blame India. Blame India. Classic.
Actually, they speak English.
They're on the moon now.
They speak English so well.
Yeah.
Proper.
Yeah.
Like the Queen.
They take pride in speaking good English.
So grammatically correct.
Which is, again, it was weird coming here and knowing things like eloquently and... like the big words, and like the biggest word I heard in Staten Island was union. Like,
yeah. But you're right. India did land on the moon. Praise Modi. Yeah. He found the part where there's no Muslims.
Good for India. Pakistan's still making memes about India landing on the moon. So we have a little catching up to do.
Yeah.
I can't wait for us to get to the moon in a rocket that says "Made in Bangladesh." Like that's
what happened. Yeah, and they're like, "We made it too." I guess. No, you made the ship.
Yeah, you made the ship. We went there. Or it's probably going to say "Made in China." To be honest. Yeah. At this point, we might just be absorbed by the Chinese people, but that's a whole other conversation. We don't have to get into that. We're not doing political today. We're doing acting.
Yeah, we're doing acting. Are we? I don't even know what we're doing. At this point, man, we've talked about a lot.
We had talked about a lot.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to talk about, Vic? Anything you want to say? Oh, we were talking about how dating has affected, or acting and being a creator has affected dating.
Oh, man.
Do you date within the culture, or no? You don't give a shit?
No. I don't I don't think I only, but I connect more easily. Like I think you say with like people in the community for sure. But I'm open.
I find that it's hard to date in the culture. Being a creator and stuff. Like it's hard.
It is hard. I think, yeah, for sure. To sustain an erection, it's really hard these days.
I was talking about dating, but Vic is on a whole other tip right now.
No, to sustain it is hard. Real talk. It's hard. Because it's just so much to do. I mean, you know the hustle and the grind.
I call it the 90-day trial period, where like the first 90 days, they're really in love with the idea of dating. Like
90-day girlfriend instead of 90-day fiance. Yeah.
90-day girlfriend. Yeah. And then the 91st day, they're like, yeah, you're not making any money. I'm like, yeah, I know I'm not making any
money. It's hard. No. It's hard. I mean, you got to like survive. Just to survive is hard. You're doing like so many different things. And chasing the career it's difficult. Grinding TikToks, editing, captioning. Oh my gosh. If you guys start subtitling, it gets hard.
God. When you hear your joke for the 14th time, like, this is not that funny.
Yeah. You want me to subtitle and have a girlfriend? Like, pick one.
Unless she's doing subtitling for me. Yeah. Then maybe we could have a conversation, you know? No, it's
hard. It's just hard to juggle.
But the reason why I asked is because Nimesh was on stage recently and somebody asked him, is your wife Indian?
Yeah.
And he said, no, my wife is white.
Yeah.
But not honestly, like, I don't fuck Indian girls or anything like that. It's just Indian or girls in the culture don't fuck with aspirational dudes. And it's such a thing that I'm like, oh shit, that's so true. And it's nothing like wrong with them. That doesn't make them like terrible people or anything. It's just they don't fuck with it though.
Because it's a lifestyle. The lifestyle is very different with a guy who's like chasing a dream.
Yeah. And so, but the thing is,
sacrifices.
The thing is, when these guys are successful, then the pressure is, well, you should have an Indian wife.
Oh, yeah. Well, you weren't there for me when I was aspirating.
But that's something like you can't spice yourself into it. Like you got to be there from the elevator, like from the ground up, you know? And I feel like that message doesn't get across.
Right.
Because like, okay, even if like you're dating like a guy who's going to become a doctor, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have to date him while he's like not a doctor yet.
True.
You're going to have to be while he's a resident or whatever, you know? And he could lose his license still.
But I heard like, they don't fuck with doctors either too much either because of the lifestyle.
Yeah,
because it is exhausting making time. They're always on call trying to save lives and stuff.
Like, but that's that's true.
Why?
But the money's so good, it's guaranteed.
But it's not as good as like a finance guy.
Oh yeah, like, finance and tech bro is like ultimate.
That's
husband.
Actually what like that's the real goal because like they can make time. They can like go on these trips
I gotta disagree with that. Now I think it's different because it's very competitive and very like, so my friends now who are like already been in that world, like I'm getting the age is getting up to us, like, hey, you got to make some like concrete decisions and, you know, like say some safety nets and whatnot. And I was like, I don't disagree, but then they described their lifestyle and I'm like, I don't want that.
Right.
I don't care how much money you're making. I don't want that. Like this guy told me like sometimes I'm in the office at 6:45 a.m.
Wow.
And dude, he makes a lot of money. Yes, he does. He wears nice watches and shoes and clothes and eats good food in good restaurants, all the things.
Right.
But none of that to me is comparable to like having control over my time. For me, like if I don't have control over my time, I feel like a slave. I feel like a poor person.
Right.
So this guy wakes up at 6:45 a.m. 5 days a week, or gets to the office 6:45 a.m. 5 days a week, and then he goes, "Yeah, but the weekends are mine."
These people live for the weekend. For
sure. And I'm like, yeah, but that's like 2 days, maybe, because let's not even count Sunday evening.
Yeah,
and let's not count Friday evening.
Right.
So you're getting a day and a half.
Right. They go hard.
But it's even then after you get older, like how much of that could you really do?
No, yeah.
So your weekends are gonna be: I walk my dog, I ate really expensive food, and I drank really expensive wine.
Post on the gram, and that's it.
And I just don't see the appeal in that life. But that seems to be like what normalcy is.
Yeah.
And so like when like I feel like it would be more okay if you didn't dedicate like 80% of your life to it. But they don't see it that way.
No, they see the numbers.
The numbers.
High numbers, man. So you like 5-digit numbers, huh?
I like as high as I can count, and that's not 5 digits yet. I think I'm poor because I'm dumb at math. I think that's really great with words, horrible at math.
Yeah, and I gotta say, just overall, New York City dating is tough. Also,
Oh yeah, because options.
I mean, you're also most transplants, like most people that come here, are here for like specific.
They're here for the friends experience. Yes.
Yeah,
they're here to have the friends experience. I'm like, most life in New York is like Seinfeld. You know this, right?
But it attracts you as aspirational type. You know? For sure.
That's the thing. The 90-day trial ends, and they're like, "Yeah, I think I need something more sustainable." Like, yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, I knew it. You knew it.
Once I told you. Once I like run out of like good restaurant money.
Yeah.
Just like 2 dates in, they're like, "Yeah, I don't think this is for me." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm out of money, so maybe this is a good time to part ways."
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's a. But then the drawback comes in like when you're successful though, or if you are successful, right? Your dating pool changes.
Because then you have you're on Raya.
Yeah, right. Did you get on Raya? Are you able to get on Raya?
No comment.
He's not doing well on Raya. Everyone is reporting your page like, that's not a celebrity.
My bio is I want to get in. I want to get fully in.
That's your voice note on Hinge.
Yeah.
I want to get it fully in.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's my profile video. It's just this on loop. So it's a GIF.
But have you tried Raya?
Yeah.
I don't know. What is it different? Like, is it? It's just.
It's just another swipey wipey.
Right. I don't feel like it's anything like extra, except like
it's the same from the coders who brought you Tinder.
Have you come across
coded.
a celebrity that you're like, oh shit, like okay, this is like big shit?
There's some interesting people. Yeah, there's some people you recognize.
Who'd you come across? They're not swiping back. Don't worry.
Nimesh Patel.
No Indian shit. You're like, goddamn.
That was his bio. No, just joking. Also, Nimesh, can I open for you? I saw you too at the cellar. You said hey. I said hey too, and then that was it. That was cool though. You're really tall. He's tall.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. I felt like he'd be a little guy.
Mm.
Like not little, but
posture.
like average guy. Posture, I guess. Yeah.
In the videos, maybe he has. You have good posture.
Let him open for you. You have good posture. Nimesh, if I open for you, your posture will improve 100%.
Yeah.
Any other projects coming up that you want to actually talk about?
Some shows here and there. Yeah, I do have a cool project coming up actually.
Just going back to India.
Yeah, I'm getting one more piercing to find myself. No. I'm going to do a short film in upstate New York in a couple of weeks.
Cool.
And I get to play
a villain?
Jesus.
Interesting. Indian Jesus or just regular Jesus?
Regular Jesus.
That's even better.
It happens to be Indian. Yeah.
What happens to be?
Yeah, it's progressive, man. That's what's happening in indie community, there's indie films,
Wow. Okay. Well, good luck. And you have anything coming out that you've worked on so far? Because I saw you had some films that are.
They're in the festival circuit now. There's one called Stitched. Really cool.
What is that? I was curious about that. What is that?
Really cool.
Is it horror or was it?
It's horror comedy.
Cool.
And it's good for the brown people because it's a genre we don't really fuck with.
Yeah.
It's like zombies and Frankenstein world.
Cool.
And like I'm the protagonist, Prathama, brilliant writer, pieces me together, has the perfect boyfriend.
Cool. Okay.
And I'm like the Frankenstein character in that.
I see.
So funny short film doing really well in the festival circuits. Like it got placed in like an Academy Award qualifying festival.
Cool.
So really stuff. And there's another one called How Do You Like Your Eggs?
You've earned your spot on Raya. Come on now. Nimesh should be swiping right on you.
Yeah, man.
What does he got? TikTok?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok too also.
It was
all the apps.
It was all equal until like, I'm on TikTok too.
Yeah. I'm on Taco Bell's app. I'm on.
Yeah, so in the Coke ad too. It's everywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, the Jesus Project is exciting. I'm excited for that.
When's that coming out?
We're filming it.
Filming it.
Yeah,
okay.
So it'll come out on Christmas.
And where can we watch Stitched?
They'll probably like
Amazon?
shop it around still for another year. The thing with like short films and the film festival, like, you gotta like submit it. Then there's a selection process, and then you like kind of like exhaust all options, and then you're like, okay, it's ready to be shown.
All right.
Online, or
well,
you sell it, or you get distribution.
Okay. Well, when it comes out, we'll be excited to watch it. That's been the episode today. Thank you for coming on, buddy.
Dude,
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Bump it. let us open for you if you have any openings. At this point, I'll take fucking. I'll take anybody. I'll take Shane Gillis. I'll open for Shane Gillis. I'll open for anybody.
Can I close for Dave Chappelle?
On that note, guys, this has been Slakistan. It's a fun episode today with Vic Krishna. Check it out. His work's coming out. Stitch may be coming out to a screen near you. He might be playing Jesus, and you can follow him on the socials we'll put below. Check out his comedy if you're not already following it. And yeah, that's the episode today. Share, like, follow, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Peace.